Let's just start. Let's start. Yet another sexual assault on Twitch, this time by streamer Nina Daddy is Back, Nina Lynn. People pass off sexual assault on men like they don't matter. They do. So first I'm going to show you the actual assault that happened, and then I'm going to show you her response. If you spoke up on this months ago, why is this in limelight now? I'm confused because nobody listens to me chatter. Do you think I got motion like that? You think when I say that something is bad that people are actually like, we need to move on this? No, that's not the case. Trigger warning, I think it's Chloe's already on it. They should though, because the clip resurfaced, Nina got banned and then unbanned in one day. Yes. How did he brought back up again? Because of this clip at this party and a few other things. I remember Forrest talking about this too. Yes. Let's get started. All right. So a few months ago, this happened on a live stream with Nina Lynn and Zoe Spencer with, I don't know who it was. I don't know if it was Silky and his cameraman or his like associate. I'll just play it. Trigger warning for sexual assault, right? Trigger warning for sexual assault. Here, I'll pin this message here. Silky's cameraman, I believe. Okay, I was right.
Oh my God. Syed, come here. I got you. Syed, come here.
No, you can't. No, you can't.
23,
no,
he's consenting.
No, he's not consenting.
Yes, he is.
He's not even saying nothing.
He likes it. Yeah, give.
Oh, no. I don't think he wants to.
Yeah, stay right there. Hold on. Sit down.
Yo.
Sit down.
You remind me of that one video. It's like a cartoon when a nigga starts throwing ass. It's like buy a car. Oh
Why
my
you in
God.
the way, bro? Let us go out. Like that ass, you are really. Why you in the way?
No.
You trying to block a nigga from getting ass? You weird.
Bro, he don't want it, bro.
He a cock blocker. He did not tell you
He
that.
don't want it, bro.
No.
Nah, they got it, bro.
Take all of this off. Take it off. Hey, yo, cut the cameras. Yo, cut the cameras, bro. Zo, do your shit. Look at my Louis Vuitton scarf. Hold on, bitch. No outside clothes on. Hold on. What's going on?
You can't just forcibly
Hey,
take it.
nah, it ain't like it's
Yeah, let me get that bag. This is a nice bag. Hold on, this is a nice bag.
Yo,
How much this cost? Turn around. Start with the side.
Like she's just like, she's trying to physically take his clothes off of him.
I needed this. Thank you. Appreciate you.
Zoe, he's not consenting. He's not consenting.
I don't think he wants
Yo, that's
Like, this is worse than the snippet I saw. Yeah. This happened months ago, by the way. Months ago. People are literally kept saying that he's not consenting. Yes. How do you watch this happen to your homie and not do nothing? I will say that Silky did not do nothing. I'll say this, right? Did he do enough? I personally wouldn't say so, but he didn't do nothing, right? He did get in the way or try to, like, you know, stand between like them and his cameraman. Like he was saying something. Like, should he have done more? Then like, yeah, but like, I think this is a good question. Like, how do you step in, like, in this situation, especially when like sexual assault already is not taken seriously, but like, you know, like you saying like you physically grab these women and like throw them down and like push them away or whatever. Like there's like, we have a culture where like the culture is supposed to stop this from happening. Like, and it's not an easy situation to think of like, I don't want to, you know, like, you feel me? It's not an easy conversation about like what you do. Syed is his assistant and his cameraman is Laser, but also Laser has been done dirty by people Suki had with him. I will say, like, as his boss, I do think that Suki should have done more, and he's black on camera, that shit compounds 100%. Like he should have, but like there is a level of like, you know, I would say he didn't do enough, but he didn't do nothing. Right? I don't agree with him not doing anything. Right? He said he's not consenting. He like they even call out. They're like, why are you standing between me and him? Like, why are you getting between us? You're cock blocking. You know, like there's a level of nuance to that conversation. You know, he's like, he's not consenting. It's not that easy, to be honest. I agree that he should have done more, but he can't go and dish out fists. I agree. That's my perspective as well. Right? You feel me? It's not like he was just like, yeah, what a lucky guy you are. You feel me? Yeah, look at Syed, he's getting it or whatever. He was calling it out. He was saying that he's not consenting. Right? He also didn't want to, like, you know, come across as like, you know, like killing the content and like, and there's also that level of like, you know, not wanting to be seen as like the bad guy. But I think he acted in a way that I find adequate. That's what I will say. I'm not focusing on Silky here. He acted in a way that I think is adequate. Of course, he could have done more, but yeah, I think that should. I don't think that it's to the point where it should be the focus. The focus should be on the women doing the assaulting, right? That's what I believe. Zoe and Nina are not the only ones who've done this to Syed. They are just the ones who perceive more masculine than other women who've done this to him or others. Her Twitch banned them for like one day, yes, right. But here, this was her response that got this brought up again in the first place. Anyone else could have done more by focus on all the people around them. Nobody's calling that out. 100%, right? 100%. I don't disagree. But here, watch this.
So what if he says, I feel like you did some shit wrong?
No, so the whole Syed thing, no one essay Syed. That's why today I was actually looking for Syed. I was going to talk to him and be like, you definitely felt disrespected as a person. Me, I take accountability what I do. If you deadass felt disrespected, I didn't know. So you got to let me know. But for him to walk around and say all that crazy shit, you never think about what Syed's thinking too, though. Like, who wants to walk around being called that? That's embarrassing for him as a guy.
You ain't see Syed today?
No, I was looking for him. I was looking everywhere for him.
I trying to patch that up.
I think he came out.
No, he was here. But I didn't see him at all. I saw him one time and he disappeared.
No, the moment I came with Riot, he wasn't here.
She said it's embarrassing for him as a guy for people to say that he was sexually assaulted, right? So people should not say that he was sexually assaulted because it's embarrassing for him as a guy. Her AV makes me tweak. Don't even get me started. Don't even get me started. She went to a while her friend tried to undress him. Yes, right? That was her response. Her response was, nobody essayed Syed. If you're saying that we did, you're actually emasculating him. And it's embarrassing for him as a guy if you're saying that about him, you know, and things of that nature. You know what I mean? So that's the added context, right? That's the video that people are talking about. And they got banned for a day and then unbanned. The point that I want to make with this is that, again, this stream happened months ago. Right? I know Foreign also covered it when it happened. Let's see if I can find it. I don't remember what video it was in. Was it this video? Yes, it is this video. This video came out 3 months ago in July, right? This was a known thing that happened months ago.
Oh, God. Hate campaign, essentially calling her Zoe Plant, saying that like she's an industry plant, the dick eater, and saying that like
it blows up now. Yeah. And the reason why, right? And the reason why, remember covering this at the time? Yeah. The reason why it's being only covered now, and it got, you know, not necessarily covered up, but it didn't get the attention it was supposed to get back then, is because people still invited, right, Nina to collapse, right? And this is what I was confused, because I saw Stable Ronaldo talking about this. Here, this article says it happened in May 2024.
I mean, yeah, she's a fucking weirdo. I don't know how it took that long.
Translating a TOS offense, that's a crime.
That's a literal crime. And you know it's bad when she admitted and she said that he should be embarrassed.
Yeah.
Like, what are you, what?
And then,
That was like the worst thing you could have ever said.
as when Golden XQC reacted to it, and they're like, she should be banned. And then she's like, I'm sorry. Like, how you want to apologize after the fact?
Well, they're not even useful to the fucking platform. Who gives a fuck?
Jesus Christ, bro.
That bitch stepped on my Porsche. I mean, yeah, she's...
So, like, this is Ron calling it out. It's like it took too long to be banned, and she shouldn't have been on the platform, which I think is good.
creepy.
But this is her on July 4th, 2025, going to the July 4th face party and interacting with people at the face party. So, you know, I don't know. What we have to understand is that, like, the reason why it's only a one-day ban, the reason why it took so long is because people let shit like this slide, right? Because Nina Lynn was growing on the platform. Nina Lynn had a growing audience, right? Nina Lynn brought, like, content to the people who had the platforms. And so people let this shit slide once you're a little bit clouded up, right? Once you're a little bit clouded up, once you have a level of notoriety, then, like, this is literally thin purple line shit, chat. I've talked about this consistently. It's thin purple line shit, right? There is a level of large streamer solidarity, right? They don't talk about the shit that you do wrong, and you don't talk about the shit that they do wrong, right? Because there's a level of solidarity there. until it gets to a point where it becomes, you know, so far outside of the realm of like normalcy, and that people can get clout off of calling you out, people aren't going to call you out. And like, apparently, according to the complex, the footage is in 2024. It was over 10 months ago. And again, it's not like people didn't know. This shit happened in front of like dozens of people. And the clip was talked about in front of, like, you know, on a number of different videos, right? I covered it. People were talking about it. It was posted on LSF, right? And people still decided to collaborate with her, you know? People were still posted up with her for content. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but like, it didn't seem like people here were like, oh, Nina Lynn, you're a sexual assaulter. What are you doing? You know what I mean? Oh, Nina Lynn, you did sexual assault. We don't mess with you like that. We don't mess with you like that, right? They let that shit slide. They let that shit slide because it benefited them in their careers. That's it. That's it. Oh, yes, this is Scar in the background. So what slide I just got here because today's chill at work? Sexual assault, which is like Hollywood for streamers. Yes. So many guys I know had this kind of experience really young too. It breaks my heart. I've had this experience, Chad. I talked about it on my stream before. You know, it's not an uncommon experience for someone to have. You feel me? This experience, my time. Yeah, like I got sexually assaulted when I was at work by people who came into my job. That's just a thing. You feel me? It is an experience that like a lot of men have, right? And it's not unique to Black men, but it's like slightly different when you think about the hypermasculinization, hypersexualization that Black men face, right? Due to the historical context and legacy of white supremacy and slavery. Like, Black men are seen as hypersexual beings and creatures, right? And they must perform masculinity in a very specific way. And if they don't, they're like, you know, they're gay. They're and gay as not like in like a they're like actually like queer, but like they're gay as in like they're like less of a man, because, you know, homophobia also ties into this conversation as well. You know, right? You're emasculated, right? You're lesser. You feel me? That's why they said he's consenting right off the bat. They assume that he's hypersexual. Yeah. They get called gay for saying no and still got harassed. Yeah. Like it's a common experience. And then nothing happened because of this, right? Because male sexual assault isn't taken seriously, and sexual assault as a whole isn't taken seriously. Like, sexual assault when it happens to women, sexual assault when it happens to men, and sexual assault when it happens to like trans people, like non-binary people, none of it's taken seriously, but they're all like not taken seriously differently than each other. You know what I mean? They're like specifically, like they're all, that's the weird part about it. None of it's taken seriously, but they're all not taken seriously differently from each other. So that it's like not even like an overarching like system that we can like tackle, because like they're all like, I mean, the system is like, you know, patriarchy, but like it's like none of it's taken seriously. And it's so weird. It's so weird. And this is just one example of that happening, you know? Good old intersectionality, yeah. It's just, and the problem is that we have a culture that doesn't take it seriously, which is why Nina Lynn got away with it for over a year, apparently. You know what I mean? She was going to phase parties. She was doing collaboration with the largest streamers on the platform. And she very openly, right? Very openly committed sexual assault on a live stream. This happened a year ago. According to the Complex, it happened in 2024, May 2024. And people still collaborated with her. People still hung out with her. People still did streams with her. Sayed's response was so sad to listen to. Poor guy. Do you have a link to it? I want to see what he said. And only Foreign talked about it. There were other people talking about it. Like, there were people posting about it. But what you have to understand is when the streamers themselves don't care, the audiences won't either. You know what I mean? When the streamers themselves still hang out with people like this, audiences don't either. It's like Zoe getting sexually assaulted at streamer camp. What? This new wave of streamers whose OMO with farm clips that are insane in public has got in stage of humanity shit. Yes, but it's not even just that though. That's the problem, right? It's not even just about the clip farmers, right? Because sexual assault has been a problem on this platform for years. Sexual assault has literally been a problem on this platform for years. Now it's just happening televised. Before it was just happening like in like at events, right? At TwitchCon after parties. And it was just like spoken about in whispers about like, you know, people getting roofied at TwitchCon after parties and people getting sexually assaulted, you know, and these things happening. Like, it was behind the scenes, right? But now it's like, it's a part of the content. I can't find it. Maybe it's on Twitter. I'll take a look while I play this.
Like, give me step on your hands.
Oh. Whoa. Why are they acting? What are they doing? What's good? Why is everyone here?
Just grab it and see if you can fit in it, bro.
I help me, bro.
You want me to stand like here?
Yeah. I'm gonna just grab it. I'm gonna grab the fucking barricade. I get a little lower.
I'm curious. Oh, I know exactly what's gonna happen.
Ready?
Yeah. Bro, are you serious?
He's like the town whore. He's done it to everyone.
Oh my god.
What the fuck just happened?
Great, you were
So sad.
You don't want the barrel?
I love he wanted though.
No, I'm not getting you now. Go fuck yourself.
You can swing, Zoil. You can swing.
Fuck. We just do that, right? What the fuck just happened?
And to be clear, like this is a normal thing that occurs in like male-centered spaces and in like locker room culture. Like, and this is also a problem with like, you know, a lot of men who like hate women be like, women never take male sexual assault seriously, but they sexually assault their friends consistently. But like that's another thing that is also occurring. So like this is not like seen as like damaging or, you feel me? Thank you, Chatter, for finding this for me. Yeah, it's just yes, like that's not even seen as like sexual assault, you know? Wait, I had this bookmarked. Sorry, I made you go find it. I literally had it bookmarked. I didn't know. But see, I want to see what Syed is saying about this.
Basically, like, I didn't want this whole thing to have an outcome like this. I mean, I didn't want it to, like, them being banned is not really anything to me because at the end of the day, like, sexual assault is a crime. And people that say that it's not sexual assault, I don't know what you think sexual assault is or anything like that. I don't know. I just, ever since that this whole thing resurfaced, like every single time it resurfaces, it just takes a toll on me, and I just don't want to talk about it just because of that. And like the main thing for me is like I don't want my parents to see it and then have them like break down over it, because I did later on tell my parents about the sexual assault, and my mom ended up crying for a whole month and felt like it was her fault because I do have a history of suicidal thoughts and stuff like that. And that day I was alone and I just didn't want to, like, I just sat there and thought to myself over and over again. I will be taking time to deal with it myself, and I'll obviously try and work on being more vocal about it. And I really hope that people learn from this and try and understand, like, other people can deal with stuff like this and you probably don't even know.
That's so sad.
And the thing that hurt me the most was when they said I should be embarrassed, that I'm probably embarrassed.
That's so sad, bro. That's so sad. Like, legitimately, everybody who collabed with Zoe Spencer and Nina Lynn after this happened, right, failed. The space failed, right? They fucked up. You know, he's calling it like it is. And the space failed him, you know? The space failed him. Twitch failed him, right? And Twitch only banned them because of the backlash, and Twitch only gave them a day because, you know, the length of the ban doesn't matter to Twitch. All that matters is, like, the headlines, Twitch banned X, Y, and Z after this thing was resurfaced, right? Twitch only does their bans for the Dexardo article, essentially, right? How long the bans are doesn't matter. Like, they don't care. They're just like, they want the veneer or the perception of doing something as opposed to actually doing something, right? The aesthetics. Exactly. And yeah, I mean, it sucks. Because as I've spoken about earlier, and as I can like speak out when it's relevant. Like, I don't necessarily like talking about my experience being sexually harassed and assaulted at my job. You feel me? Because it's very similar to Syed, right? Syed was working in the clip you saw. He's at a space that is supposed to protect him, that one that he can't necessarily just leave, right? And then there's a failure and a lack of, you know, response until months later when it becomes a PR problem for people involved, you know? And it's just, it's sad. And this was like openly ignored. As she was being invited back to events, Zoe Spencer wasn't, because like Zoe Spencer just wasn't in the space like Nina Lynn was, you know? But it's just like we fail. We continually fail, right? Because to the most popular streamers on the platform, it's not about actually standing for something and protecting people when something bad happens to them. It's about like, can I get something from this? Right? Oh, Nina Lynn is popping off, right? She has that Drewski clout. Sure, she can collaborate with us, and that's it. It's just, it's too common. We just have a culture problem, and this is culture problems happening live right now. You know, the space is fundamentally broken. It just is. But again, people still decided to collaborate with her. People still decided to bring her on, to integrate her into the culture. But like, what about Syed? You know, how do you think Syed feels, right? Are we even thinking about how Syed feels? People are just objects for content. They aren't human beings to the people that are something deep. Streaming is their entire identity. What is she? Sorry, she's being a little puppy right now. Stop. Sorry, did someone send the Syed link? It wasn't the original point that I wanted to make, but I think it's important enough that I want to discuss it.
I honestly don't know where to begin. I'll say this first. For the people that think that I'm going to use this for like any sort of type of like clout or anything like that, I disabled all ads on the stream because I don't care about money. I don't care about anything like that. I made sure to disable all the ads because people will think that I'm trying to find some type of way to make this situation something. Like, I don't know.
All right, can y'all lock in, chat, please? I know y'all want to talk more about Cutie and what Cutie's doing and whatever, but like, I would like to focus on a black man being sexually assaulted for at least a little bit of time. If y'all can do me that solid, I would appreciate that.
As you know, in February, some things did happen on the stream.
So it was February. I don't know what the Complex article said. Freaking May of 2024. I was right. It was February. What happened again? It happened again. Oh, this was wait. Okay. There were 2 instances. Thank you for the context, Shatter. Okay, I'll let him speak. I'll let him speak. This is gonna make me upset.
I didn't handle it properly. Some things did happen on the stream. I didn't handle it properly. I mean, I did talk about it briefly, and I just didn't want to deal with it more because certain people reacting to certain ways. I have logs of multiple things talking about it, and I'll show all of them, and I will come out about past experiences where this has affected me a lot. Back when it originally happened, I'm not going to show the video because it does still make me weirded out a lot. But originally when it happened, one of my friends reached out to me because I went live to get my mind off of it, and wait 1 second. They asked me why I didn't stream, and I said people are just reading my mood, and I said I was at the bottom of the barrel, and honestly to God, it was doing a lot towards me. And the reason why I didn't say anything about it on stream or anything like that is I've dealt with something like this before, and I didn't want to. When I dealt with it originally, I was working at a job, and it was a gym, and I told my boss about it, and all he did was make jokes about it. And
what did I tell you? I didn't even know about that. This is the first I'm hearing him speak about that, and I told you it is a common experience. It is a common experience that I know for a fact that young black men go through, right? Especially working at like, I don't want to say like white men institutions, but like at like, you know, at places of work, right? Growing up, it is. I literally had the exact same experience. Doesn't FD has a whole video tangent on this? Yeah, we watched it. How does he look like a teenager? He's 23, so he's my age, chat. I'm 24, right? We're the same age essentially. You're 24, yes. He's 24 now. Okay, then we're exactly the same age.
I tried to talk about it a lot more, and I didn't want to tell my parents, and it did affect me a lot. And this situation did bring back those memories, and it was hard to move past it originally. I went ahead and talked to my friend about it. I said that originally I was sexually assaulted 3 years ago by a gay man, and I had my mods ban all the terms because I didn't want to deal with having to read all the messages. I would have people commenting to my chat saying literally the worst things, and people would go around and everything, and I just didn't want to deal with that at all. But then I said I was depressed for the last 3 days. I don't know. I just, ever since that this whole thing resurfaced, like every single time it resurfaced, it just takes a toll on me, and I just don't want to talk about it just because of that. And like the main thing for me is like I don't want my parents to see it and then have them like break down over it, because I did later on tell my parents about the sexual assault, and my mom, she ended up crying for a whole month and felt like it was her fault. And I'm like, yesterday I got a call from my IRL, and she did talk to me about it, and I didn't expect it to reach the public like that, because I thought it would just stay in its circle, and it didn't stay in the circle. And it was very hard to hear my IRL say that she wanted me to tell her. And I think that really, like, I was just depressed all day yesterday, and I did not want to talk to anyone. And then when it was resurfacing, I ended up deactivating my Twitter account, because I just didn't, I didn't, like, I was already dealing with something. And, you know, the subathon and everything. I didn't want to read more messages about people saying, like, what's going on isn't, like, it doesn't matter. Like, people were just putting it down over and over again. And there were some people that were actually, like, I will give credit to YBG, and I did thank him afterwards, because I just didn't want it to be as large, because it would just ruin my mood completely, and it was just altogether very bad. And then there's a point where I thought I should just step away from the subathon, because I didn't want to deal with putting other people down. And I did have a conversation with other people, and they said it wouldn't bring them down. And there was like other situations on this. There are other situations on this. Well, this wasn't like the only thing. The thing is, I smile because like I was like nervous, and
I mean, he shouldn't even need to describe this. You know what I mean? Genuinely, like he shouldn't even need to describe this. He shouldn't need to be like, well, you know, let me explain why I was acting in the way that I was acting during the situation. Like, so I'll still let him say his piece, but I just want to say this is completely unnecessary. For like, you know, he shouldn't need to explain why, you know, he was smiling or laughing, or it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Like the assault still happened. It doesn't make the assault like not assault because he was smiling about it. That's just not how that works. And I hate that he has to do that, you know, that he has to explain that.
I just, like, I'm not a streamer, so I don't know, like, I don't know the things that a streamer should know. And so people would just say like, oh, why are you smiling? It's like my coping mechanism. And like, there's this one right here that obviously
I didn't see this one.
There are multiple other things that people are showing now.
This is a completely separate situation. This is a completely separate incident. This happened multiple times. Situation is crazy because the WL side of the streaming world knew about the situation and just pretended it didn't happen until one streamer started beef with Nina and brought it up. Here, I'll see if I can find it. I have this account blocked though, so let me see if I can. I don't, but here.
Why? Chat. Why my boyfriend here? Why my boyfriend here? He didn't even say hi. Boyfriend!
He's literally running away from her. You know what I mean? Literally running away from her.
Boyfriend!
What a socks guy?
He ran away!
How you go?
He ran away!
Why did he run away?
Because I was trying to give him a dance last night and
I'm gonna hold him down, you do it.
Okay.
Just watched her live stream for a different video and really enjoyed it. Thank you, chatter. Yes, she said I'll hold him down.
She said she gonna hold him down. Hey, come!
Oh my God, you're the girl Syed been saying so much about.
He has? You've been talking about me?
Yeah.
This is just disappointing. I'm just disappointed in the entire space. Bro. Like, you have Syed literally like on stream crying about how much this is affecting him, and just nobody's taking. Nobody.
Face need a barber.
Nah, he do need a barber though.
With the kids.
Syed, get him.
We need some socks.
Why? Chat. Why my boyfriend here?
Okay. Let's continue with this.
And I literally run away here.
I was beefing with Nina. I don't know if that's why, but Syed specifically not called out, but like spoke about YBG specifically and said that like he was supportive, so that could be a part of it.
I literally run away here, and I'm getting chased down the whole time. And this is the part where they literally just hold me down again and do it. Basically, like, I didn't want this whole thing to have an outcome like this. I mean, I didn't want it to, like, them being banned is not really anything to me, because at the end of the day, like, sexual assault is a crime. And people that say that it's not sexual assault, I don't know what you think sexual assault is or anything like that. But I don't know what to tell you. Like, as a person that's literally dealt with sexual assault previously,
like I have to point out, because you know we all acknowledge this is bad as well, but like the space at large acknowledges that like the Mango shit was horrific and disgusting and awful. This is the same thing. It's the same thing. Mango like humping on women who very clearly aren't consenting. This is the same thing. Like it's not at all different. It's not.
it has taken a large toll on my head. And even when I tweeted out this, it did take a lot out of me not to do anything, because I do have a history of suicidal thoughts and stuff like that. And that day I was alone, and I just didn't want to, I just sat there and thought to myself over and over again. And even this morning, I did wake up. I mean, I'm grateful for having friends and stuff like that. And they did reach out to me just to make sure I'm okay. But it did take a lot out of me to sit down and talk about this. And people that blame other streamers for not doing anything, they did do stuff. I've had conversations with multiple other streamers, and they did offer me solutions, and I didn't take them because I just didn't think the outcome would happen. But yeah, I mean, I don't know what else to say. Thank you for everybody that spoke out for me, and people that still do defend me. I don't want to make it a situation where people are saying it's misogyny or anything like that, when I didn't I don't want it to be a whole thing where it's misogyny or anything like that, or incels or anything like that. I just want it to be where it's just you can believe a person no matter what's going on. I mean, people don't believe this even though there's physical evidence out there. But yeah, thank you everybody. And I mean, it was a very short explanation. I will be taking time to deal with it myself, and I'll obviously try and work on being more vocal about it. And I really hope that people learn from this and try and understand other people can deal with stuff like this and you probably don't even know. And the thing that hurt me the most was when they said I should be embarrassed, that I'm probably embarrassed.
Yeah, that sucks. Yes, she was banned for 1 day. They were both banned for 1 day, even though there was multiple instances. But again, Twitch doesn't care about actually standing by anything. They're doing it to save their own PR. She was defending it as recently as TwitchCon, last week, right? It happened multiple times, and yeah, no, just invite her to events, do collaborations with her. Why not? Yeah, what's up, everybody? This is a little addendum to the video that I wanted to make on the whole Nina Lynn Zoe Spencer situation that I saw while scrolling on Twitter before the video came out. So I might as well just add this in the section. I know the chat is not moving because I'm offline right now, but it's fine. Here, listen, let me show this to you real quick. So I saw this tweet from Disguised Toast that I wanted to share because it kind of deals with the same sort of themes that we talked about in the coverage of Nina Lynn. I'm not even gonna read this tweet that he quoted because even he says he doesn't agree with the term that was used, but this is something that happened at, I believe, Streamer Games, which was Ludwig's streamer event. And so here I'm going to show you the clip, and then I'll read what he just.
No. You ready, Emily? You ready? Yeah, go ahead, Nina. All right. Okay, friend.
I know.
Okay, girl. No, Nina. Oh my. Wow, you have the best masseuse, Toast. Wow, she is so bold. You love to see it.
All right.
So bold, so bold. Yep, keep it up. Yep. Good job, Nina. No. You ready, Emily?
So I mean, yes, this kind of falls into an MO that Nina just kind of has for some reason. But this is what Toast had to say about it as well. He said, this clip is going around with the recent convos. I'll address it. I was trying to get a massage from the physical therapist when Nina, an IRL streamer I've never met, pushed aside the therapist and started grabbing my ass while I was already laid on the table. I felt pressure to go along with it because 3 IRL cameras were pointed in my face. And also being at a sponsored event, I did not want to escalate the situation. I was extremely uncomfortable with this. I was extremely uncomfortable the whole time. I definitely should have said something in the moment. I regret not doing so. And honestly, I'm a little ashamed of myself for not speaking up, because I just know if I spoke up again in the future, people will say, well, you should have stopped it then. And I don't agree with the quote tweet using a derogatory term I described Nina. I just want to add, use it for context. Yeah, so this is just, it's like, it's the same situation with Syed. And it's a shame that, like, even unlike Syed, Toast has like an established audience. He's a streamer with his own, a part of an organization, with his own fan base. I'm gonna get off the screen so I don't, I feel I don't want this to be playing, right? He has an audience that he can like fall back on, who will support him. And even then, he didn't feel comfortable in the moment speaking out and advocating for himself. And I think that's sad. That's a sad thing, that he feels ashamed of himself for not speaking up, right? Because I think this is like, it falls into the way that we view like victims of sexual assault holistically. And that is like, we fall into this victim blaming mindset. And for men, it falls into like, oh, you are like lesser than or less than a man if you address it or you don't like it or you speak out against it. And the fact that this was like streamed with like IRL streamers pointing directly at her and nobody stepped in. None of the event staff stepped in. Ludwig didn't step in because it's his event. And it was only like until later where Nina's being called out for sexual assault in other regards. And this is only being brought up now, right? And you can see members of the chat being like, some people being like, it's amazing. But yeah, some question marks, some WTF, some people saying like, reverse the roles, right? Right? The person said that this is straight up harassment. So like there's some people who are calling it like it is, but like there is a permission structure, especially when it's for content, for other content creators to be okay with this stuff. And it's sad. I hate that we've gotten to this point where like, you have to be okay with this, right? I hate that we've gotten to this point that like, you must just allow this to happen because it's for content and you don't really have anyone to speak up for your behalf. And I hate that it has to have gotten to this point where like it's essentially like a second Me Too happening, but on Twitch, where like it takes one person to step up and advocate for themselves for like other people to feel comfortable doing so, because we have this culture of like allowing this behavior and a culture of not like calling things like it is in the moment when it's happening, live streamed. But it takes people finally being like, hey, this is too far for it to be finally taken seriously. So I just wanted to add that extra context in there. It sucks. It's sad. Send support to Toes. Send support to Syed. Don't support Nina and Zoe Spencer and all of them. They shouldn't be invited back to events. They shouldn't be collabed with. They shouldn't be associated with, because this is disgusting behavior and we think we should call it out. So